Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Barricade. Now, this guy is a recolor of Siege Prowl. And, well, I haven't reviewed Siege Prowl, but I have reviewed Earthrise Prowl before, so we will compare the two later on. And yeah, Barricade has received an Earthrise figure, although it was one of those exclusive select style figures. I think he came with Punch Counter Punch, so yeah, might not get that guy for quite a while. But for now, this is going to be my Barricade figure. And of course, we have the packaging to take a gander at. And of course, like the Siege boxes, we have his name here. Unfortunately, there's no Cybertronian version of the name. They started that in Earthrise, I believe. We got what number he is, so he's S41. Got the picture of Barricade, and if you hold this under the correct light conditions, it shows some cool stuff. For example, some Cybertronian, so you can punch that into the website. Got a symbol here, and his name right there. So that's cool. This side we got the picture of the characters, so we got all that going on. The back of the box, we've got Barricade in both modes, and something that they stopped doing with Earthrise, we got the Battlemaster compatibility. I can't speak. Here we got Aimless, which I do have, and that one I believe Singe maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but that one is definitely Aimless because I do have him. But that's pretty much it for the box. And now onto the actual figure. And of course, this guy is heavily inspired by the movie series Barricade figure. Well, not figure, just movie series Barricade in general. I did have the 2007 movie Barricade figure, but, well, I grew to dislike that figure, and I think I eventually either got rid of it or just gave it up to someone else. I think I sold it. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of that figure, but this guy, I definitely am a fan of this figure. I think it's cool. And I think this is one of the first times a character from another continuity has been moved to G1. Although I might be wrong. I think Bulkhead is another example in Legacy. Oh, no, I'm pretty sure that's still Prime Bulkhead. But no, this is definitely a G1 version of movie Barricade. So I'm a 360. And I believe that the actual G1 Barricade, the Micromaster, I think they renamed him to Runner when he eventually got a figure. So yeah. So they definitely believe that this should be a G1 Barricade now. And I don't blame them. Barricade as a police car is way more iconic than Barricade as a tiny Micromaster. Same with Blackout, to be honest. If they'd released like Siege Blackout to go with this guy, maybe as like a redeco with Spinister, then that would have been cool. But nah, unfortunately, no, they didn't do that. But having a closer look at the figure, we got, I'm pretty sure that says Police and Cybertronian. I'm pretty sure it's Autobot Cybertronian though, not the Subdicon Cybertronian, so that's a bit weird. Got some damage marks here, that's actually on the figure, because that was Siege's gimmick. Well, one of Siege's gimmicks, having like scuff marks on the figure. Got this amazing translucent plastic. I freaking love this. This is just, oh my god. Like, when I first saw this, when I opened this figure, I was amazed. This is just awesome. It may look blue on camera, but in person, it's just deep, rich purple. It's just amazing. Pretty sure that's a gunmetal here. That's cool. The underneath, well, we can just see the head there. That's funny. And for the weaponry, well, Barricade comes with these two guns. And I'm pretty sure for the vehicle mode, what you're supposed to do with them is plug them into here. So it's sort of like Airfry's Blue Streak, if you remember that review. So it wasn't like that. However, if you want to, you actually can combine these two guns. And you can just plug those on top of the light bar. And of course, this is Siege, so they can take the blast effects. Let's hope that blast effects actually stay with the legacy figures. Oh, and the light bar is a separate piece. I'm not sure if this is the same light bar that comes with a red alert. Then again, I think Prowl was in a previous wave than a red alert, so never mind. Well, for comparison, here he is with Prowl, so you can see the Earth mode versus the Cybertronian mode. Of course, this is a more Decepticon color scheme, but you can still see the differences here. And, well, you may think this is a retool. I'm fairly certain this is just an entirely new sculpt. Although they do share engineering. But yeah, you can see the differences. For example, the windshield looks way less futuristic and more modern on Prowl. There's no spoiler. I mean, Prowl's not meant to have this spoiler. This is more meant for a smokescreen, but I'm pretty sure on the Earthrise Barricade release, this is actually English. Like, this actually says police, if I remember correctly. You can see how the transformation is slightly different, so the head's down here instead of here. Comparing the light bars, pretty sure these are the same accessory, just in different colors. Actually, no. Prowl's one's more angular, while this one's more straight, so the light bars are different. And of course, the wheels are different. Prowl's got these ugly clips in the middle, whereas Barricade's got these cool translucent effects on his wheels. So yeah, that's pretty much the differences between the two car modes. And well, that's pretty much it for the car mode in general. So for transformation, just raise my camera, there we go. It's essentially similar to Airfry's Prowl, although there are some differences. So to start, we can just open the doors. Take the arms, get them down like so. Just display the arms out like so. Unlike the Airfry's figure, these only go out this far. So, yeah. Just get this entire section out. spin the head around. We can transform the legs. This is pretty much just like the F-Rise figure. Well, I keep saying that like this figure came out after, but well, I'm just saying that because I reviewed the F-Rise figure first. But get these little heel sections out. Split the legs. Get this section out. This is just on the Siege version. Push this bit in. And that pushes into here. This clips into here. Get the arms down. Just play the wings back so it's more dynamic. And here we have Barricade in his robot mode. And excuse that jump cut, I was just transforming Prowl for the comparison later on. But yeah. Now, of course, as I was mentioning during the transformation, it was adapted, or at least bits of it were adapted into the F-Rise version of the figure, or well, the mold. Of course, there's some differences which I will point out soon in the comparison. Well, having a 360 of the figure. Just to try to straighten out the light bar there. Here we go. Looking at the head. Pretty sure that's using Smokescreen's head. And well, Smokescreen was a select release in Siege. So, okay. But yeah. Now, if we want to give him his guns, well, of course they can go on his shoulders, but what I like to do is just combine the guns and just plug them into his hands, like so. There we go. So we got this going on. And of course, as I mentioned in the vehicle mode, they can take blast effects. But we do also have some in other places. For example, there's one right on the forearm here. And that looks to be the only place I can see right now. Oh, there is one on the shoulder. I didn't notice that until now, just because the plastic is that dark. That sounds weird, but anyway. So we do have some blast effect ports on the actual figure. So yeah. Now for comparison, here he is with Prowl, or well, the F mode version. And I accidentally just spin this guy around. Oops. But yeah. Just to get this guy balanced. So you can see all the differences with this guy. And of course, the biggest difference you can see is the legs. Of course, the legs are more accurate to how Prowl looked. If we're just imagining that this is Prowl and not Barricade. But if we have a 360, we can see some more differences. The backs are different. The way that the legs work are different. For example, the laser feet port is work differently, which is something I forgot to show. So of course we have good old laser feet. Yeah, on Barricade, they're on these little heel sections that just go in. Whereas on Prowl, they look more like an afterthought. Also, they look much less see-through on Barricade than they do on Prowl. Oh, the legs I'm meaning, sorry. The combat part on the arm is on the side of the... Well, on the shoulder is on the side on the Earthrise version, whereas it's on the top on the Siege version. Well, you can rotate it if you want it to be on the side. So you do have options. And of course, the transformation is different. For example, this entire section just folds into the car, whereas this section doesn't. So yeah, we do have some differences. Now, for this guy's articulation, the head can of course move, can look up and down. We have the arm, which, well, it sort of does get in the way of the door there. But we have the elbow, which can swivel. Of course, he can T-pose. The hands can swivel. The waist can swivel. The legs can go forward that far, back that far. So, an amazing knee joint. The leg can swivel. Of course, you can do the splits and got the pivot. And I guess you could count this as articulation if you wanted to. Yeah, sure. But yeah. And well, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. Complaints? Well, if you want to open the doors in vehicle mode, they can be a bit finicky, so I don't know if it's just my copy or not, but it can be a bit annoying. Also, I have had some people say that they want the arms to be a different color, but, well, I don't really have an issue with that. Me personally, I actually quite like this figure. Definitely has less issues than what Prowl and Blue Streak had, in my opinion. I mean, the transformation is definitely easier, so I think I actually prefer this figure. So, do I recommend this figure? Or any of the mold? Well, even with the Earthrise version, yeah. I mean, the vehicle mode definitely looks cool with the translucent plastic. It's definitely well articulated. And, well, I'm pretty sure this was the first version of a G1 style movie Barricade that we had in toy form, so yeah, it's definitely cool. Or if you want Prowl, Blue Streak, or a Smokescreen, sorry. Well, Smokescreen was a select release, so I'm not sure what to say about that. Pretty sure Blue Streak wasn't exclusive, from what I can remember. It was like a subline of Siege, and Prowl's a regular release in Siege, so yeah. I think Barricade is my favorite version of this mold, but no matter what version, I definitely do recommend this figure, even with the Earthrise version, because yeah, my brain's not working. The Earthrise version of Barricade was definitely much harder to find, so I'm happy to have this as my Barricade figure for now. Well, This has been my review on Siege Barricade, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.